Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you to the campus of Los Altos High School. We're going to have a volleyball match this evening between the Palo Alto Vikings and the Los Altos Eagles. Tonight is Dig Pink Night. It's for breast cancer awareness, so you may see lots of people with pink shirts on. Starting off, Palo Alto will serve. Carrie G is back. And we're ready to go. Nice flat serve. That serve just dove for the surface of the court. It was a heat-seeking missile. So Palo Alto has the first point, and G will serve again. This one was a little too low and caught the net. So Los Altos will drop back to serve for the first time, and Hannah Kohler will be serving. Palo Alto handles the serve. Violation on Los Altos as they were into the net. The point goes to Pally. Jessica Lee to serve. This hit by the Eagles. Lee will serve again. Both teams going over on one. Nice dig by Megan McDermott. This should be a very tight match. As you can see, both teams are very good at chasing the ball down. That one goes to Pally. So Lee will serve again. As we have the, and she goes long. So Los Altos has scored 2 points so far, and both of them have been on service errors by Pally. Carmen Annabelle serves, but for the Eagles.
Becca Raffle, 5-2.
Becca Raffle to serve now for the Vikings. Nice flat serve just over the top of the net. Off the blockers, run down, and sent over. Nice play by the Vikings. And the Eagles, and they find the side of the court. Serving now will be Katie Tritzler. Goes off the blockers. That kill was by Dukovic for Pally. Substitution as Molly Fogarty comes in, and she will serve. Eagles get it across with 2 arm saves. That stinked across, but the net was touched by Los Altos. So Pally gets the point. Megan McDermott with the kill. Sent that one right through the defense. Substitutions coming in for Los Altos is Joyce Christensen Same, who will drop back to serve. Pally handles a serve, block by Los Altos. Back row. Lauren Kerr with the block at the net. That was an awesome play. Los Altos went back to Anavalik in the back row, and Kerr just knocked that down. So it's Dukovic serving. Off the blockers. And Pally is really dominating play so far. Timeout for Los Altos. KMVT Sports would like to thank our all sports presenting sponsor, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, part of the Sutter Health Network. Choose your PAMF doctor today. Here's the standings as it looks so far on the Anza level of the Scaval. Los Altos is on top at 4 wins, no losses. Palo Alto has 3 wins and 1 loss, and then Homestead follows. Los Altos beat Homestead, and Palo Alto lost to Homestead, so you get a better understanding of how those teams are doing. In this game tonight so far, Palo Alto has been pretty dominant. They came out ready to play. I think they realized that the Eagles hadn't lost yet, and they've really started off strong. So we're going to get back to action. Back to serve for the Vikings is Dukovic. That was Anavalik on the back row. She even knocked over the water bottle on the 2 water bottles, I think, on the Pally bench. So coming out of the timeout, Los Altos has a successful point. McDermott served. I'm not sure. I think Los Altos may have gone over the net. They may have touched it. I didn't see the signal, but they were pretty far across. So the point goes to Pally, and Schoenberger serving. That was ruled in. Los Altos didn't think it was, but the linesman ruled it in. And the referee is right on top of that. Schoenberger, definitely that one's out. So coming in to serve for the Eagles is Sarah Tritzler. In case you're wondering, there's 2 Tritzlers in the game tonight. Anavalik. Oh, and she misses the side of the court. Point to Pally. Now serving for Pally will be Carrie G. Pally up 6. Anavalik misplays that one. Goes into the stands. When they serve, the coach tells them where to put the ball, and they'll pick on one player. We'll see if they hit it to Anavalik again. It only went to McDermott. Los Altos sends it across. That point goes to Los Altos as the kill didn't cross the net. Coming in for Los Altos is Michelle Albright and Hannah Kohler. Kohler will serve. Block at the net. Los Altos still has a chance. They get it across. Awesome play. This is some great volleyball. Off the blockers and down. Early in that great block by Los Altos was by Jenna Hoover. The kill was by Schoenberger. Lee to serve. Pally sends it across. Los Altos has a little trouble as the setter's blocked out of the way. She gets to it. Off the blockers. Pally has it. Again off the blockers and down. That was Becca Raffle with the kill. Timeout. Second. The Eagles and Vikings support the goals of the Side Out Foundation, which is to raise money and awareness about cancer through the recreational activity of volleyball. It contributes the funds to organizations that serve breast cancer patients, research, medical services, or compassionate support. Please go to sideout.org for more information. You can see in the middle of the side out there is a hyphen, so you have to type that in too. As I said, there's an awful lot of pink here tonight. Headbands, t-shirts, cookies, cupcakes. A great night for cancer research. So Pally's continue to be strong tonight. They've been much more effective in their blocking and in their kills. The Eagles have been leaning on Anna Valenka mostly. Serving is Lee. And one goes off the ceiling, but played by the Vikings. Got it across. The ball was set close to the net. Anna Valenka just had no way to get to it. Lee serving again. That one's long. Before Los Altos has 8 points, and I believe 3 of them have been on missed serves. Oh, the referee didn't whistle the ball in yet. They're having a conference over at the scorer's table. Now everything's settled. And the referee whistles the play to continue. Another whistle happened. Wait till Los Altos for something. I'm really sorry, I didn't understand. The referee's pushing with his hand down. I'm not sure what that means. Anna Valenka almost serves early. Nice block at the net. That was Hoover. McDermott goes down the line. Point for the Eagles. And the crowd gets excited with that one. Eagles need something to get this going. And have linked to serve. Off the blockers, Doug. Eagles get it across. Vikings come. This is great volleyball. There goes down the line. Becca Raffle with the kill.
server for the Vikings now, Becca Raffle, 17-10.
And Becca Raffle now will go back and serve. Altos has trouble with the serve, but gets it across. Pancake. Or Tritzler. A violation, a double hit by the Vikings. Point goes to Los Altos. A double hit comes off when you try to set. If the ball spins too much, the referees say that it hit one hand then the other, so it's a double hit. There's a dink, played by the Eagles. Some great volleyball. And of a link, long. Point goes to Palo. Coming in to serve is Molly Fogarty. Pally up 7. Kitzler handles it. Goes off the blockers. Megan McDermott with the kill. I have trouble seeing the substitutions for Palo Alto as the up referee is right in front of me. So they come in the court, I can't see their numbers, so excuse me on that one. Back to service, Christensen Salme. That was touched by the Eagles and it went out of play. So Pally again has a 7-point lead. And Dukovic will serve. Back set off the blockers. Wow. That was Kerr and Schoenberger with the block. Dukovic back to serve. That's ruled long.
Megan McDermott now serving for Los Altos. 13-20.
McDermott to serve. Los Altos needs a run. That catches the line. Pally's up 8. Los Altos was hoping to catch a break there, but didn't get it. Schoenberger to serve. Off the blockers. That was Lauren Kerr with the block. Kerr is 6'1". And they just had her go off the court. I think she had gum or something, huh? The referee had her go off the court. Pally up 9, Schoenberger serving. That was Megan Wilhelm for the Eagles with the kill. Jenna Hoover returns, as does Sarah Tritzler.
14-22.
And the younger Tritzler will serve. She's a sophomore. She just touches the top of the net. That ball goes through the blockers and down. Point to Pally.
Carrie G, serving Palo, 23-14.
G will serve. And that's ruled long. Michelle Albright returns. It is Hannah Kohler. And Hannah will drop back and serve for the Eagles. The referee's checking out the volleyball. She decides that one's not fit for play, and she gets the reserve ball.
15-23.
Kohler serves. Blockers hit it. Los Altos has it. McDermott gets it across. Really close to the net, blocked by the Eagles. It was either Michelle Albright or Jenna Hoover. So the Eagles are back within 7, looking for that run. Trying to save game 1. Kohler with a serve. That was blocked by Jenna Hoover. I don't think it was too far over the net, but there's a timeout for Palo Alto. Thanks to the Palo Alto Medical Foundation for their continued support of KMVT's high school sports coverage.
For you hockey fans, at the end of the first period, the score is the Sharks 2, the Canucks 0.
Okay, the Eagles and Vikings support the goals of the Side Out Foundation, which is to raise money and awareness about cancer through the recreational activity of volleyball. It contributes the funds to organizations that serve breast cancer patients, research, medical services, or compassionate support. Please go to thesideout.org for more information. Okay, action's going to resume. Kohler's back to serve for the Eagles. Eagles are looking for quite a long run.
Continuing to serve for the Eagles, 17-23.
Referee whistles play to resume. Kohler serves. Miss hit. But the Vikings get it across. Eagles a little confusion, but they get it across. Point for Los Altos as a double hit is ruled on Palo Alto, violation. Sarah Lim is now going to come in for the Vikings. She goes to the front row. Serving for the Eagles again is Kohler. That ball did not clear the net. And Palo Alto is having a bit of a problem closing this one out. And there's another timeout. We'll be back with action right after this.
As a busy mom of 3 kids, I find it extremely convenient to access My Health Online. My Health Online's messaging service allows me to keep in close contact with our doctor.
Being able to email the doctor with questions gave us assurance that they do take an interest in the patients. That's why we've been with PAN for more than 10 years and keep adding members, the newest member.
Here we are back in Los Altos, California. Match between the Eagles of Los Altos and the Vikings of Palo Alto. Palo Alto's been doing very well until the last minute or so, and their lead of 9 points is now dropped down to 4.
19-23.
Hannah Kohler to serve for the Eagles. Ball's long. So that would bring us to game point for the Vikings. And serving that will be Sarah Lim.
Sarah Lim serving for Palo for the set, 24-19.
Alto plays it out of the lane. A great dig by Carrie G, but nobody followed up. They're all waiting for the setter to run it down. She couldn't get there. She was on the other side of the court. Point goes to Los Altos. Anna Valink to serve. Still game point for the Vikings. Just through the blockers and down. The first set goes to the Vikings. 25-20. Here we go with game number 2. This is Pink Night. Dig Pink for cancer awareness. We're Los Altos High School, Los Altos Eagles in white playing Palo Alto in green. We're just about ready for the second set to start. Los Altos will serve.
Hannah Kohler starting the second set, serving
Hannah
Los
Kohler to
Altos.
serve. Los Altos losing the first set to the Eagles, 25-20. And here we go. Miss hit by the Vikings. Nobody ran it down. Kohler to serve again. Eagles are hoping that's a sign of things to come as they struggled a bit in the first set. Palo Alto was kind of dominant. And that one comes back across the net, but lands out of bounds. And Los Altos scores the first 2 points of set number 2. Kohler will serve again. Eagles started coming on some the first game. They couldn't catch up. They were too far behind. That point is good for Los Altos. Ball landed on the line. So the Eagles are on a run they needed last game, but I guess they'll take them when they come. Kohler to serve again. There's a kill from the back row by Schoenberger. G is back to serve. And a blink for the Eagles. Run down the loose ball.
Now serving for Los Altos.
And Evelink sent that one straight through the blockers, and she'll drop back now and serve. Ball comes off the tape. A timeout for Palo Alto. KMVT thanks our sponsor, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, for bringing you this season of high school sports coverage. Choose your PAMF doctor today. And the Eagles and the Vikings, that would be Los Altos High School and Palo Alto High School, support the goals of the Side Out Foundation, which is to raise money and awareness about cancer through the recreational activity of volleyball. It contributes the funds to organizations that serve breast cancer patients, research, medical services, or compassionate support. Please go to thesideout.org for more information. We're just waiting for Palo Alto to come on the court. Back to serve for the Eagles is Carmen Enevelink.
Carmen Enevelink continuing to serve for the Lady Eagles. 5-1.
And there's the serve. Again from the back row, it's Schoenberger. So Palo Alto has 2 points in this game so far, and both of them are off the arm of Schoenberger. Back to serve is Lee. Off the blockers. Violation is a double hit. I don't know if you can see that when the ball comes off the hands. It doesn't hit both hands at the same time. If the ball spins too much, they call that a violation. Katie Tritzler serving. Eagles get it across. Here comes Palo Alto. And Enevelink goes long. So point to Pally. And back to serve is Becca Raffle.
Serving out the Vikings. 3-6.
Coach told her who to hit it to. The blockers for Palo Alto. Schoenberger and Dennis knock that ball down. Raffle serving once again. And Enevelink just sends it across. Nice recovery by the Vikings on the block. It goes off the tape, but dug by G. Amazing volleyball. Off the blockers, G gets it again. That's long. No touch. No touch by the Eagles. And Schoenberger, she was in the front row this time and she hit it too far. Substitution for the Eagles as Christensen Salme comes in. Ruled in. Enevelink with the kill. Los Altos up 4. That's her biggest lead of the night. Christensen Salme serving. Pancake. Schoenberger off the blockers. Enevelink with a miss hit. He sends it wide. Substitution coming in for the Vikings is Molly Fogarty. And she will serve. It was ruled in. Megan Wilhelm with the point, or with a kill. Coming in for the Eagles is Megan McDermott, who will now serve.
Lady Eagles 9-5.
Oh, off the blockers. That was Megan Wilhelm, and Christian Liu. McDermott to serve again. McDermott with the dig. That almost hit the ceiling, just missed. Back set, Wilhelm goes long. Serving for Pally. Dikovic. Coach is figuring out where he wants to have it, who he wants to have serve. I think that was long, but played by Palo Alto. That was long, and it was played by Los Altos. At least you think it's long. You can never tell. Sometimes they seem like they're going to go out. It's hard to make that decision on a ball hit that quickly. Dikovic to serve again. Pally within 3. That was touched by the blockers for Palo Alto, but it hit the floor as well. That was Ennevelink.
Timeout, Pally.
Okay, there's a timeout on the floor. We'll be back for more action.
I was at a fire department training and I had these shooting pains when they just shot right up into my temples. I went to Palo Alto Medical to follow up with my doctor. He found a heart murmur. It turned out to be an aortic aneurysm, which would have killed me had he not caught it. I don't really like going to the doctor, but I truly like going and seeing the guy. He's a great doctor and he saved my life.
We're back with more action. Los Altos is leading 11-7. And the serve for the Eagles will be Sarah Tritzler.
11-7.
In case you're wondering, she's 5'3", it says on the list I have in front of me. Doesn't look that tall, but I'm way up at the top of the stand, so I don't have the best perspective. And here we go, Tritzler serving. And Tritzler sends it across for the Eagles. Palo Alto, Schoenberger, blocked by the Eagles. That was Wilhelm and Hoover. Big block as Schoenberger was killing the Eagles from the back row, but she hasn't had the same success in the front row. Tritzler serving, just clears the net. Sent right to the net, off the blockers. The whistle. A violation by the Eagles. Point goes to Pally. They went into the net.
Serving now the Vikings.
So Schoenberger will now serve. And she'll go into the back row where she's been very effective. Nice dig. That was Schoenberger. This hit by the Eagles. Great dig by Schoenberger. And again, the Vikings are within 3. Schoenberger with the serve. Wilhelm dinks and gets it. Schoenberger had to go from the back row to try to get to that dink. I mean, from the serving to get to that dink. And just couldn't get there. So that'll bring in Hannah Kohler to serve.
Kohler serving now for Los Altos. 13-9.
She loves to pound that ball into the floor. Played by the Vikings, blocked by the Eagles. That was Hoover and Onnevelink. As the blocking for Los Altos has become much more effective in this game. And the Eagles are winning as a result. Kohler with a serve. And that was Becca Raffel with the kill. As Kerr leaves and Claire Dennis comes into the front row. And serving will be G. Unbelievable. Through the blockers. That was Becca Raffel. She launched when it went through the blockers, and poor Hannah Kohler was back there. She almost took it in the face. G will serve again. This hit, rescued by the Eagles. Sent across, almost blocked. Becca Raffel again. And the Vikings are within 2. G serving. Sends that one long. So the Eagles withstand that rally by the Vikings. And we'll see if they can start one of their own as Carmen Onnevelink serves. The Eagles get it across. Sent over by on 2. Again, Becca Raffel. Serving for the Vikings is Lee. That one didn't clear the top of the net. Timeout, Los Altos. This game is brought to you with help from our presenting sponsor, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, a Sutter Health affiliate. Choose your PANF doctor today. Well, this game's going back and forth. It started out with Los Altos being very strong with their blocking on the net. But now Pally has jumped in with a rally and has almost tied this thing up. Los Altos trying to get it back together, calling a timeout, trying to settle things down to see if they can get back with their strong play. Palo Alto will be serving when we come back. Should just be momentarily now. You can see on the screen that's Onnevelink. She's 6'2". I'd like to see her stand next to Sarah Tritzler, and then we could really see if she's 5'3". It's interesting because they wear numbers 1 and 2, and they're the shortest and tallest on the team. So here comes Lee to serve. Pally within 1. It's off the blockers. There's nobody there. Oh, run down. That was Djokovic doing her best to get to it. It's a tough play when you expect the ball to be coming to you and suddenly it's going the other direction. So Katie Tritzler will now serve. She's 5'6". She's got her sister beat by at least 3 inches. It's right to the net. Bet she was going to send it across on 2. That was played by Palo. It goes out. Los Altos gets the point. I think the scorekeeper, went the wrong way. I couldn't figure that out. Tritzler to serve again. Katie floats it across, almost misplayed. On the link. Becca Raffle to kill. Raffle will go back and serve.
Becca Raffle will serve for Palo. 15-17.
Coach tells her where to serve it. She's going to go middle, I think. There she goes. Off the blockers. Pally has it. That's long. Raffle from the back row and she misses. Substitution for Los Altos as Christian Salme comes in. She will serve. Los Altos up 3. Back set. Blocked by the Eagles. Again blocked by the Eagles. That was Wilhelm in lieu on the net. Christian Salme to serve. To cross, the Eagles have it. Sent down the line by Megan McDermott. So as it happens in volleyball, often teams seesaw back and forth. The Eagles now have a 5-point lead. And Christensen Salme will serve again, and she floats it out. Substitutions for the Vikings as Lauren Kerr comes in, as well as Molly Fogarty, who will now serve. That was Wilhelm. That was almost on the chin. Wilhelm dinks and scores. I've always had the philosophy watching this sport that if you hit it hard, you can hit it easy and score as well. And Wilhelm seems to have that ability to know which one to do. McDermott to serve. It's hit by Pally, but they get it across. Wilhelm sends it long. So serving now for the Vikings is Dukovic. They're down 4. That goes off the top of the net and bounces in the court. Point to the Eagles. Substitutions for the Eagles as Jenna Hoover comes back in, as does Sarah Tritzler, who will now serve. Hits off the blockers for Los Altos and goes out of play. That was Schoenberger with the kill. She will now serve. Pally down 4. That one comes off, and it's still in play. It came off the ceiling. Bad break for the Eagles. Great break for the Vikings, but Annavalink comes back and sends it off the blockers and down. The ball was headed for downtown Los Altos when it caught the beam in the ceiling and came back. A very friendly bounce, but it did not benefit the Vikings. Hannah Kohler to serve. Sends it long. A little too much adrenaline, I guess. Back to serve is G for the Vikings. It was interesting. She ran back on the court and then had to step back off. It's interesting. She's whistled to serve, and here she goes. Oh, it's ruled in. Is there some confusion on the Los Altos side? I've got it, you've got it. No one got it. Here comes G again. Vikings within 3. G with the dig. Raffle with the kill. Timeout. We'll be back with more action in a moment. Here we go with more action. Eagles up 2. They need 2 points to tie up the match at 1 game apiece. Serving, though, for the Vikings is G. The Eagles have it. Off the blockers. Annavalink sends it long. Looking for a touch by the referees. I think they're going to talk. Going to see if anyone saw a touch. I'm thinking the up referee didn't, and they want to see. They're going to have a discussion. It's a pretty pivotal point in the match, if there was a touch. Did not see a single signal by the down. Point goes to Palo, meaning there was not a touch. So now the Vikings are within 1. G to serve. This is some great volleyball. There's a lot of tension here. Miss hit. Fritzler sends it across. Off the blockers. Sent across. Off the blockers and down. Hallie has tied it. Becca Raffle with the kill. So you have to win by 2, and they're 2 points away from the magic number. G with the serve. Miss hit. The Eagles were on the verge of putting a game away. Now it's game point for Pally. Pally folks are standing now. Altos sends it across. And there it is. Palo Alto comes back and wins the second game. They lead 2-0.
Ever since we moved to the United States, Palo Alto Medical Foundation has been taking care of our health. We love our doctor. She is always ready to listen to us and is very professional and answers all our questions and is very reassuring. PAMF has been there not just for my own family, but for the whole community. whether they're seeing patients or providing doctors for our free medical clinic.
Here we go with game 3. Palo Alto came from behind in game 2 to steal it away. They're up 2-0. So this, before this game started, this match started, the standings said that it should be an exceptionally tight game, and it has been. So here we go with number 3, and serving for the Vikings is Carrie G. See if Los Altos can recover. That had to be pretty devastating to have that game taken away from them. There's a point to the Eagles, a miss hit, or a double hit by the Vikings. You see the up referee there on the screen. He whistles play to resume. And Hannah Kohler will serve. That one's run down, and I don't think so. No, took too many hits to get it back. The Eagles were all over it. It just missed the basketball standard that's raised up toward the ceiling. In volleyball, I think everything is in play. Jessica Lee to serve for the Vikings. On the Valink with the kill. It goes up into the stands.
Carmen and Emily coming up serving now for Los Altos. 2-1.
Valink serves. Gets right into the net, and they can't get it out. So the Eagles get that point. On the Valink to serve again. Vikings do better with that one. It gets to the blockers. They play it off. They send it across. Eagles have it. That goes long, no touches. So serving for the Vikings will be Becca Raffle. She's very dominating when she's on the front row. It was ruled in. Boy, those are hard to tell from where I'm sitting. So serving now for the Eagles will be Katie Tritzler. Floats one just barely across the net. Kelly gets it across. I couldn't tell that it was in the court yet. That's played off the ceiling. Oh, it was a bad break for the Vikings on that one as it came off the beam on the ceiling. Came down at an odd angle. When they hit the ball up, the girls start reacting and they all start moving around the court. They don't know that it hit it. Tritzler serving, again floats it just over the net. A little higher that time. That's sent long. And no touch, the point goes to the Eagles. And for the second game in a row, the Eagles have jumped out to a bit of a lead. They just had trouble holding on to it at the end of game 2. Tritzler to serve. It's off the net. On the Valink, sends it down. There was nobody blocking there. So Palo Alto calls a timeout. KMVT Sports would like to thank our all sports presenting sponsor, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, part of the Sutter Health Network. Choose your PAMF doctor today. And the Los Altos Eagles and the Palo Alto Vikings support the goals of the Side Out Foundation, which is to raise money and awareness about cancer through the recreational activity of volleyball. It contributes the funds to organizations that serve breast cancer patients, research, medical services, or compassionate support. Please go to sideout.org for more information. Well, the Los Altos fans are now saying it's their house. Struck me a little funny. It's hard when you're here and you want to start laughing, but you realize that you don't know the joke yet. So it's kind of tough sometimes. Then when I tell the joke, it really wasn't as funny as it started out to be. So Katie Tritzler will continue to serve for the Eagles. Eagles up 5. Oh, dug by Tritzler. Sent across. Pally plays it. Dug, but that was dug by Becca Raffel, but sent over the up referee. No one else could make a play. Tritzler to serve again. Palo Alto fans trying to fire their team up. Sent right to the net. Sent long. The referee almost, the line judge, I guess you call him. She got kind of confused. She had trouble getting that flag up. Kind of did it very slowly. Tritzler to serve. Again, it's long. You know, I said at the beginning, I was wondering if Los Altos could recover from the game 2 of losing that one at the end. But it seems like Palo Alto's having more trouble. They bring in a substitute as Sarah Lim comes in. She goes on the front row. Eagles now up 8. Just touches the top of the net. Off the blockers, dug out of there by the blockers, and then it's sent across by Onvelink. And the Eagles are having their way in this game. There's a timeout, Palo Alto. We'll be back with more action.
A reminder to athletes and spectators.
Mom!
What?
You can't find Ichabod.
What?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
Here we are back with more action. Los Altos is ahead by 9. We're in game number 3. Palo Alto has won the first 2. But the Eagles seem to have recovered from their, I don't want to say collapse, but they did kind of let Pally just run over them at the end of game 2. And now Pally's letting Los Altos run over them in game 3. So here we go. Katie Tritzler to serve again. That's off the blockers. Los Altos has it. Goes off the blockers on Pally's side. Pally has it. Went off the blockers. It's a great game, folks. That's a miss hit right to the net. Thought her foot went across, but nothing scalded. Again, dug by Tritzler. On the length of the back row, catches the line. Everything seems to be going Los Altos' way this time. That was a great rally. Now the Eagles are up 10. And Tritzler will serve again. He sends that one long. So that stops the rally by Los Altos, but they're still up 9. Back to coming in and back to serve will be Molly Fogarty.
Fogarty serving now, Vikings, 3-12.
Off the tape. dug by the Eagles. On the blank is off the blocker. It was Kerr at the net. Kerr is 6'1". She's the tallest player with Claire Dennis for the Vikings. Fogarty serves. She digs that one. And that's not high enough to clear the net. That's pretty tough when you try to do a kill when the ball's up that high and you gotta wait forever for it to come down. It seemed like you could get ready and get set, but it's a timing thing. It's just too difficult. So Christensen Salme is in, serving for the Eagles. And that ball goes down the line and is in. I believe it was Becca Raffel. Hard to see, the up referee was right in front of me.
Serving now for Vikings, 5-13.
So Dukovic to serve. Off the blockers. Vikings have it. Oh, that was set. An overset, set right to the net. And Megan Wilhelm took care of it for the Eagles. So back to serve will be Kishton. First time I remember calling her name tonight. Wilhelm dinks it. And the Vikings get it across. That was awesome. 2 hand saves on the volley. That one's off the beam. And again, the Vikings are able to play it. They've done that twice. A dink. That one's right on the net. Vikings get it across. Great rally on the blank. Sent down Wilhelm, no. Eagles can't get one to fall. Off the blockers. Valenka, I think she's getting tired, but she gets it to hit the ground that time. Great rally by both teams. Substitution coming in for Palo Alto is Jessica Lee. Serving again for the Eagles will be Kishton. The referee blows the whistle. Back set, Wilhelm, off the blocker and down. So Los Altos has the formula in this game as they're up 11. Coach has trouble getting the ball right behind him on the bench. And Kishton will serve again. Nice flat float serve. And that's long. No touch, no touch. Kishton to serve again. And that goes off the blockers and out of bounds on the Palo Alto side. So Pali scores their 6th point of the game. And back to serve will be Haley Poor.
6-17.
I don't want to say it's a poor serve, but they did, didn't they? That was off the blockers. That was Kerr in the middle. Onivalenk sent one flying, but Kerr knocked it down. Poor to serve again. This hit by Los Altos, run down by Tritzler, sent across. Off the blockers. But the point is Palo Alto's as Becca Raffel sent one through. And Pally's trying to climb back in this. They're down 9. Poor to serve again. Olive Link just sends it across. It goes off the top of the net. Pally has it. A dink. The Eagles have it. Oh, it's right on the net. Olive Link sends it down and stays on that side. I don't know how she did that. That ball was sent right to the net. And somehow she hit it and stayed on her side. Serving for the Eagles will be Alexis Magassini. It's a violation. And a double hit by the Eagles. Pally gets the point. So G will serve. Place is really quiet now. Back set, Wilhelm off the blockers very high. That's 2 hits. There's the third. That goes off the blockers and knocked down. That was Becca Raffel with the kill. Eagles are up 8. Remember game 2, Pally came back. Trying to make this one close. And if Link sends it straight to the floor. There was no sign of blockers on that one. Pally seems to be with a very short front line. Hannah Kohler to serve. She floats it. She sends it across. On the link, off the blockers. It goes through the blockers and down is Becca Raffel. Is on the front row. Palo Alto does a lot of scoring when she's on the front row. Jessica Lee with the serve. And it's sent out. That's the thing, when you get behind, you really can't trade points. Palo Alto down 9. On of Link with the serve. Sends it to the back row. Raffel sends it to the middle of the net. On of Link to serve again. Miss hit. So the Eagles do their baby eagle chirp. They do that whenever they get a service ace. Eagles up 11. Waiting for the referee. On the link. Oops. That was a I saw that one was a lift. The set was a lift. Point goes to Pally. Not often I catch them before the referee, but I could see that one. So Abby Strong is in to serve for the Vikings. That was Michelle Albright with the kill. Again, Pally seems to have a very short team in there. Probably giving rest to some of the players. Tritzler to serve. off the blockers and down. Well, that's a 24th point by the Eagles. And they only made it to 23 in game 2, and they couldn't get past it. But now they're looking at game point, trying to make it a 2-1 match. Tritzler to serve. She floats it. It's short. Sent back. Tritzler runs it down. Out of the link, miss hits it. So Palo Alto's still in it, but they're only down 11. Probably don't have that happen to them too many times in the season. Molly Fogarty to serve.
Set point 13-24.
Off the blockers. Vikings have it. Blocked by Kishton in lieu. So Los Altos wins game 3, 25-13. Pali leads 2-1.
To be a good father is the most important job in a man's life, but it doesn't have to be hard. Play catch, go to a park or visit a zoo. Help your child with their homework. Sit down together for dinner. Ask them how their day was. Things get busy, and sometimes we all fall short. But the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Here we go with game number 4 between the Palo Alto Vikings and Los Altos Eagles. Vikings lead 2-1. Eagles were very successful in game 3. Almost had game 2, but let it get away. So now we have Hannah Kohler to serve for the Eagles. They're in white. Palo Alto's in green. I think Palo Alto gave some rest to some of their players because there was not a lot of blocking last game. Off the blockers there for the Eagles. And the dink didn't clear the net. So Pali gets the first point of game 4. Back to Serb. It's Carrie G. This hit by Los Altos. Sent across. Off the blockers, but through. As Becca Raffle gets another kill. In case you're wondering, they have a scoreboard for how many digs, since this is dig pink night here in Los Altos. And Los Altos is leading that. I think it's 55-40. Here comes G. Raffle mishits. Eagles run it down. Great rally. There was a miscommunication by Palo Alto as two players tried to play it at the same time. It was a great block by the Eagles. I didn't follow who did it because the ball came right back to Becca Raffle, and that doesn't happen too often. It's sent wide. So now serving for Palo Alto will be Jessica Lee. Back set and sent long. So Lee will serve again. She hit the bottom of the net. She was lucky she didn't hit one of her players in the front row. Had that happen to me. That's not too much fun. Katie Tritzler now will serve for the Eagles. Set. Oh. She's okay. Becca Raffle came in. That ball was set right on the net. She came in to get it. She actually ran into the up referee's stand. Certainly didn't want her to get hurt doing that. Tritzler to serve. Eagles within one. That's off the blockers. Touch by the Eagles. Raffle with a kill. Raffle will now serve for the Vikings. That was a nice knuckleball. Albright goes down the line. It looked like a miss hit. So the Eagles again within one. Coming in to serve is Christensen Salve.
Christensen Salve now serving for Los Altos. 4-5.
Schoenberger hits one off the blockers and down. Went down the front of the blockers. Point goes to Pally.
Molly Fogarty serving now for Pally.
So Molly Fogarty comes back in and will serve. Wilhelm is blocked. Kerr and Dukovic. Fogarty to serve again. She goes for the corner and misses. Point goes to Los Altos.
Lulu Kishton now serving for Los Altos.
Lulu Kishton will serve. Eagles down 2. Schoenberger, dug by the Eagles, run down. And sent across. Bodies flying all over the court. Kerr. Oh my goodness, that's going to clear the net. Oh my goodness. And he missed. It's out. Ruled Los Altos point. I don't know what the referee was doing. He ducked when he made the signal that it went to Los Altos. The coach for Pally is asking it. Dave Wynn is asking about that one. I couldn't see the line judge. Come the Vikings. Altos runs it down. It's sent across. Blocked. Kerr is at the net. She knocked it down. Becca Raffle had a great shot at a kill there, but it came back for the Eagles. Great match. Pally up 2. That was Dukovic serving again. And that's right on the net. Point goes to Los Altos' Wilhelm. I thought maybe I was missing something, but it looked like it went down the front of the blockers. It was hard to tell. Wish we had another shot of it, but we don't have much time here in this. Wish they'd call timeout so we could see another one. But Los Altos is within 1. As Malgassini serves. Raffle. Dig, it's going out of play. It went across the net and out. So Los Altos has tied it at 8. And Malgassini to serve again. Sends one right over the top of the net. No one's there. Oh, yes, they pancaked it. Will, another pancake. Pally's got it over again. Two great plays. Blocked by Pally. Kerr at the net. This is two very closely matched teams playing each other.
Jay Schoenberger now serving for Pally. 9-8.
But you can see the blocking at the net has improved a lot in this game for the Vikings. Schoenberger to serve. And went through the blockers off the top of the net. That was Onvelik. So the Eagles tie it back up. Anna Kohler goes back to serve.
Anna Kohler serving for Los Altos, 9-all.
We're tied at 9. Game number 4. Waiting for the referee. They're talking at the scorer's table. I'm not sure all the things they need to write down at the scorer's table. Here we go. Play is whistled. Kohler floats it. Pally sends it off the blockers and out. So Pally regains the lead, and serving will be G.
G serving out the Vikings, 10-9.
Back set. Looks out. It is. Point goes to Pally. The linesman was lucky to have the coach for Palo Alto right there because he gave it a definite outside. G will serve again. Back set, Onvelik has to run it down. That one's dug by the Eagles. It's right on the net. Touch at the top of the blocker. Raffle again. And Los Altos digs it again. That hit the top of the net. Although Claire Dennis was there if she needed to do anything. So the Vikings have scored 3 in a row. G to serve. It's it long. One of those knuckle serves and it just floated at the wrong time. So Carmen Onvelik will serve. Raffle pitches the back line. So serving for the Vikings will be Jessica Lee. He gets an ace. That ball just dove to the floor. Flat serve barely went across the top of the net and then just headed down. Lee to serve again. And that one floats really high. See a definite difference when it came off her hand that it was definitely over the going over the net. The up referee looks like he's looking for somebody in the stands. Los Altos down 3. Tritzler to serve. Low floater goes right to the net. The Eagles have it. Block. There's Claire Dennis on the net. And you can tell the difference in this game from game 3 is there's a lot more blocking for Palo Alto. They're up 4. That was Raffle serving. I caught the top of the tape and went back on the Los Altos side. Timeout, Los Altos. KMVT Sports would like to thank our all sports presenting sponsor, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, part of the Sutter Health Network. Choose your PANF doctor today. And the Eagles and Vikings support the goals of the Side Out Foundation, which is to raise money and awareness about cancer through the recreational activity of volleyball. It contributes the funds to organizations that serve breast cancer patients, research, medical services, or compassionate support. Please go to sideout.org for more information. Well, Palo Alto is starting to pull away. They're up 5. We're midway through the 4th game. Pally's done that with a lot more blocking than they had in game 3. They gave many of their players a bit of a rest. You could tell the height advantage on the net wasn't there. So here come the Vikings with Becca Raffle to serve.
16-11.
And here we go. Sent across by the Eagles on 1. There's a miss hit. And the Vikings took care of it. So, Raffle serves again. That was Raffle. That was amazing. It was a bump set. She came from the back row and was flying. Another timeout. We'll be back with more action in a moment.
Underneath everything we are, underneath everything we do, we are all people, connected, interdependent, united. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
Here we are back with more action. Palo Alto's leading it by 7. They must have it on cruise control as everything seems to be working their way in this 4th game. Serving is Becca Raffle, who just flew through the court like Superman and sent one flying across for the kill. So now she serves. Off the blockers, Pally has it. Schoenberger, dug by the Eagles. Sent across, but wide. Los Altos goes across on 2. The ball was really close to the net. Didn't have much options. Raffle serving. Out of the length. Pally has it, hits the ceiling. Pally still has it. Oh. 2 girls try to hit it at the same time and neither one hit it. I think they hit each other. So the Eagles get a point. Come back within 7. Need a run. Back to serve. Christian Salme. He floats one across. Pally has it. Comes to Schoenberger. She dinks it. And it's ruled Pally's point. I thought Christian Salme almost had that pancake, but referee ruled that she didn't. Hard to tell when they put their hand underneath it and they put their hand on the floor and let the ball bounce off the top of it. It's hard to tell sometimes if they actually got their hand underneath it or the ball's just bouncing off the floor. So serving for Pally is Molly Fogarty. Blocked. That was Kerr again. She sends it back across. She reaches up and goes over the sky. She does it again. The Eagles send it higher this time to get it over. Well, that one's right on the net. It ruled into the net. That was right, set right on the net. Not much she could do with that play. So the Eagles get the point. And back to serve will be Lulu Kirsten. Kerr. On the blank, blocked by Kerr. It was Kerr and Dukovic there, but I think Kerr got the block. So Dukovic serves. Okay, run down by the Vikings. Schoenberg. That was just a bit outside. So the Eagles will serve. They're only down 7. And serving will be number 7, Malgassini. Sends one right across the top of the net. A miss hit. A lift. So the Eagles are trying to climb back in it. They're only down 6. Malgassini serving. Pally goes on 2 and Los Altos doesn't see it. Setter Jessica Lee just reached over and flipped it backwards. Fooled Los Altos. Schoenberger to serve. That one's nailed. That was Hannah Kohler with the kill. Off the blockers and down. Michelle Albright returns for the Eagles. And Kohler goes back to serve. Eagles down 6. That floats through, but nobody touched it. But it went out of bounds, so things are going the Vikings' way. It was like they wanted to hit it, but then didn't. Here comes G serving. Just skims the top of the net. Albright tries to kill. Oh, that's sent across. Not really sent across, it was sent into the net. Kind of got messed up on how many hits they had.
Megan McDermott serving for Los Altos, 17-23.
So the Eagles down 6, McDermott to serve. Eagles need a run. McDermott, nice float serve. It knuckled at the right time. But Pally gets it over. Albright with the kill. Eagles down 5. Now Pally did this in the second game, came back and stole it from the Eagles who were ahead. McDermott doesn't get quite the knuckle. That went out, ruled out. Pally gets the point. Came off the blockers, but it went out of bounds. So Becca Raffel with the kill. Or no, excuse me, I think that was Schoenberger. Match point for Pally. All the Pally fans are standing. Albright. The block and down. That was Raffel and Dennis at the net. So Pally wins this one 25-18. They win the match 3-1. Well, I hope you enjoyed the coverage today. There were some outstanding rallies, 2 great teams. First league loss for the Eagles, but these 2 teams are tied atop in league standings. So KMVT enjoyed bringing you this contest. Remember to dig pink and to go to sideout.org and find out more about their program. The producer-director for tonight's telecast is Bobby Chastain. Cameras were Brian Cracker, Sherilyn Meekin, Jennifer Smith, and Eliza Ranjet. Special thanks goes to the Los Altos High School Athletic Department and especially Miss Kim Cave. My name's Jim Leonard. I enjoyed bringing you tonight's telecast. I hope you enjoyed listening.